So every 20 minutes in the UK, someone is seriously injured on the roads. Every day in the UK, 5 people die. So we think about fire risk and road safety risk and that imbalance of casualty and killed and serious injury. It's absolutely devastating out there on the roads. Fire and rescue services, approximately, it costs them about 20 million a year. This is English fire and rescue services to respond to incidents on our roads. And that's taking in consideration the average response of 2 pumps and a flexi-duty officer and spending about 40 minutes at scene. So if you top that up, it's about 20 million. And that's not taking into consideration the training, the preparation and also debriefing that takes place following a critical incident on our roads. So I'll pose a question. It's only a reflective question to you. Think of your services and the time, resources and people that you throw at road safety. Is it enough? Okay, just a question. As lead officer, I'd like to ask you. Okay. My journey here, reflecting on what Mark Codden said, he was very surprised to be in the chair seat. I'm probably more surprised to be a lead officer. But I think my journey through to this seat as a lead officer of road safety has been because I've had a passion for all things being safe on the road. And that stems from attending various road traffic critical incidents over the years. It's through losing a family member in a bike accident a number of years ago. So I understand the impact both as a service attending emergency personnel, but also as a family and a victim side. And I really get what it means about collaboration, working together with our partners, the cops, the local authority, the ambulance and other road safety organisations nationally to make and educate people to use our roads responsibly and safe. Okay. So, bit of scene setting, thank you very much. Okay, that is the road safety group's basically its purpose. So it's about working together, it's about using partners, it's about the direction of road safety, informing the sector of the future next steps in road safety, it's about consultation with other partners, and it's about innovation. But the strapline at the bottom is taken from Sean Bonnell, who used to be the lead officer, and he always used to say, coordinate, communicate and facilitate, not recreate. And that's what it's about. It's about using all the good stuff that's happening out there in the fire sector and sharing it on a wider platform and making national packages for road safety. Well, very busy screen. Some of you will be able to see that, others of you will not. I've underlined a few of the items that I'm going to pick up in the presentation, but I'll just mention the ones that are not underlined. So basically, national tyre safe at firefighter charity car washes. We've just got that signed off as an NFCC guide, and that's been released out to fire and rescue services. So we can do two things. We can obviously wash people's cars, make money for charity, but we can talk about road safety to people. And we've had some fantastic outcomes with people progressing that work. About people have turned up for a car wash and the car's been in shocking conditions. Through a bit of education, they've gone away and they've put the car right, and they've actually come back to the service and thanked them for it. So, you know, a brilliant outcome. Further expand Biker Down. So about 32 fire and rescue services now deliver Biker Down. So that's a safety package aiming at first aid for bikers on the road. So what do you do if you have a crash? And how do you assist that person, including first aid? Tony Smith leading on that in conjunction. It came from Kent Fire and Rescue Service, a brilliant package. That's just about, the next steps for that is to NFCT to own that as a brand, but also it's progressing not just regionally and nationally, it's going internationally. So America have picked up on Biker Down and they're working with us to actually create an international brand for Biker Down. So some real fantastic work. We've created a power two-wheeler working group because you're more likely statistically to have a serious incident if you ride a motorbike. So all you bikers out there, just absolutely, you know, please be careful out there. And usually it's not the biker's fault, it's other road users not being aware of that vulnerable biker on two wheels. So we've created a working group just to look at that risk. Promote the message of Fatal 5. So you've got the Fatal 4, which is seat belts, drink, phones and speed. The fifth one that cuts across them all is distraction. So distraction, time and time again, when you look at the debriefs and the police stats that come out of the crash system, it indicates distraction has been the factor that's caused a crash. So be it the lorry driver, obviously, this bizarre where they've been watching telly driving, to people with a group of youngsters in the back all distracting each other while they're hurrying down the roads and they have a crash. So distraction is a huge thing we need to get across and educate on. Promoting driver for better business. So approximately 20 fire and rescue services have signed up for that, and it's a free risk assessment. It's backed by Department for Transport, and it's about management of occupational road risk. So again, if your fleet managers have not done this, then I really, really do suggest they do it. We did it in Lancs, like other people have done, and it really grades how you manage your occupational road risk across your fleet, and that's both operational and also non-uniform staff. And surprisingly for Lancashire, we're really good at looking after our operational staff regarding road risk, but it pointed out a few areas where we needed to consider for our grey fleet. So really, really useful, risk assessment to carry out. Last one that I just want to cover is the exit project some of you may have heard of. So extrication through trauma, so working with Professor Tim Nutbeam, NFCC have supported it through Fire and Rescue Services involvement in research, and it's about how we get a casualty out of a car in the most timeliest and simplest manner. So instead of taking the car apart, it's just taking that person out nearly through self-extrication. And it's having some really, really enlightening research results. So really good stuff. Okay, slide there, again, quite busy, but it's just to point out the Road Safety Group work with all our national partners. So you look at Brake with the Road Safety Week, you look at Tyre Safe with Road Safety Months, you look at DFT and ROSPA looking at policy and prevention of accidents, you look at the COPS and the Roads Policing Unit. There's some fantastic engagement that goes on and some real learning in a partnership environment to inform road safety. Okay. National Partnership Calendar. So we worked on this for a few years now, and it was going to come out as a National Road Policing Calendar, but through pushing and pulling from NFCC, we got it a partnership calendar. And what it does, it identifies via a calendar, just like our campaign planner, about highlighting the risk to road users seasonally. So it starts off in April, where the bikers get out on the road, so it's about educating bikers, and it works through to Christmas, the drink drive. So this month is vulnerable road users, so September. So it ties in very nicely with a campaign that I'll talk about later on. So very, very useful calendar, because you can use that with your road safety partnerships. You can tie in your work you're doing in the fire sector to your local casualty reduction partnership, and then you can highlight what you're doing to support this calendar. So again, it's not actually duplicating work, it's just promoting the work that you're already doing. So a very useful tool. Safe Drive, Stay Alive, some of you will have heard of. It's a theatre workshop where we put on productions up and down the country and we target young drivers. Okay, very, very powerful presentation that does affect behavioural change. But I think about 2019, we attended a National Road Safety Conference, and our road safety partners was unbelievably critical about our Safe Drive, Stay Alive package. They were saying it was too brutal, it was in your face, it was disturbing. And we took a bit of a step back at that, because we thought this package is absolutely fantastic as a fire sector. It has some brilliant outcomes, telling stories locally. So we mapped it out, and we went to see a number of fire and rescue services, and they range from absolutely brilliant, evaluated, behavioural change, data-led, fantastic productions, down to where the criticism where it was people putting up gory pictures and talking about them, which was totally inappropriate. So We've actually managed to get 150 grand's worth of funding by the partners identified at the top. And Liz Box, who's the head of research at RSE Foundation, who's doing a PhD, she's leading this research in behavioural change. It's over a couple of years, but what that will deliver is, again, a national package for theatre productions for the fire services to use. And just a nod to Chris, it'll be making its way towards Staywise when it's done. So again, an accredited, evaluated package, aims and objectives that the fire sector can use to educate young people. So again, phenomenal piece of work. The safe system. Just had, Neil very kindly took a position statement on the safe system to the steering group that was just signed off. Monica, as I speak, I think is going to tweet out and release it to the fire sector. The safe system is 5 pillars of road safety. So you've got, as you see on the screen, safer roads, safer vehicles, post-crash, safer roads and roadside, i.e. the management of the roads, and safer speeds. All organisations, strategic organisations, use the safe system, and it's a push for the sector, the fire sector, to adopt the safe systems approach. It ties right into the UN safety systems. It ties right into the zero tolerance approach of no road deaths, and most road safety partnerships now have signed up to that. So as a sector, we should be signing up to it and promoting the safe systems approach. So again, it's just been released. So when you see that, please have a look at it. Supporting national campaigns. So we're, as a sector, we're always front foot, I think, on campaigns. We're really good at putting together packages, and we're really good at actually making sure that we get the message out with partners. And there's just a couple of examples there. One is the Road Safe Week that happens in November. The fire sector are brilliant at supporting Break with that, and we get engaged and we send out messages through all that week. But just as an example, and this ties in with Tyre Safe, there's a picture of a young lady there called Megan. This was a local incident in Lancashire, and nothing wrong with her car. She was driving a Mini. She was driving back over what's called the Grain Road in Haslingden. Not nice weather conditions. She didn't know, but her tyres didn't have enough air in. Absolutely affects, you can imagine your tyres are one of the most crucial things on your car, because it's the only thing that touches the road surface. She had very low inflated tyres. Nothing on her car told her they were inflated, underinflated, and unfortunately she had a crash and she died at scene. So absolutely tragic. But good news story. Her family have been very brave, like victim families are. Working with us, working with the cops, working with Tyre Safe and Highways England, and that's now become a national campaign, Megan's story. So really powerful story about look after your tyres. Project Edward 2021, so big push this year to get the fire sector involved in Project Edward. Basically, it's every day without a road death, not just in the UK, but in Europe. Last year, the fire service was not that actively involved. This year, we've had phenomenal uptake in it. So there's a week of action, and there's going to be a road trip the 17th of September, where they visit various places in the UK, and the fire service are putting on various safety events for road. There's a website. If you access that, it'll tell you all the information you need to know. Delivery during COVID. We can't get out and about, or haven't been able to get out and about as much as we'd like because of COVID. However, there's been some phenomenal delivery of safety, especially in road safety world, via Teams, Zoom, webinars, etc. One example of this is Road Sense, and it's about the transition from a pupil going from primary school to high school, and about the dangers that brings, and about independent travel. But just this year, 84 sessions delivered, 168 schools, nearly 6,000 pupils was delivered that road safety message. Phenomenal. And that's just one example. So all fire and rescue services up and down the UK have been doing this. So phenomenal continued delivery of safety message, but virtual. We also get involved in consultations and supporting change. So A couple of examples is smart waterways. Another example is the new highway code. So if you're not aware, this is going to be released very, very soon. And it kind of flips on its head the hierarchy of risk and who's important on the road. So who's important on the road? Pedestrians. It's not cars. Cars are way down the list. It's pedestrians are the most important people on the roads to look after. And so it's really, insightful and to me really encouraging that legislation and policy is starting to look at all road users, and it's not for the car and the lorry and the bike, it's for the people and the pedestrians too. So have a look at that when you get a chance. It's very, very refreshing, but will come with some challenge, I think, about road users understanding it and be able to act appropriately to the changes that are put in place. And lastly, as a look ahead for the Road Safety Group, so we're going to work up a second online road safety webinar, really successful last year, had some fantastic external speakers, and the feedback was such that we're going to start planning another one, put together another work plan for 2022, increase road safety workplace members. So on workplace, we've got over 500 members now on the Road Safety Group, phenomenal, and a fantastic forum for discussion. There's some brilliant stuff gets put out there. One, just for conversation about road safety, but also sharing best practice and safety packages that are put out. So really, really useful workplace. And for me, it's the brand of the NFCC via national campaign. So again, mentioned Biker Down before. It's my push this year to really get older Biker Down and NFCC brand it as a national package because it's so good. There's another one, Share the Roads, that Cheshire Fire and Rescue Service have recently shared with us. A phenomenal package that looks right across everybody who shares a road, links really into the Highway Safety Code about people, about transportation, about bikers, about horse riders, and it's about that shared space on the road. So again, if we can brand that as a national package, it will be absolutely fantastic to push the Safer Systems position statement and get everyone to adopt it and really challenge people to, take part and really support the 5 pillars. For a fire sector, the things that we can absolutely support from the 5 pillars is prevention activity and obviously post-crash response. Them two we can deliver, time and time again, and deliver it incredibly well for partners. Lastly, I want to finish with a bit of vision, really, and give a real good nod to Dawn and the work she's done over the last 5 years with the water safety campaign, that Be Water Aware. That's kind of a brand now. Everyone knows it, everyone adopts it. Fire and rescue services use it. To me, the vision for road safety, we don't shout loud enough sometimes, so that Be Road Aware vision and following the path of water safety, I think road safety needs to shout a bit louder and encourage people to put resources, time and commitment into making our roads safe. And I think NFCC have a very loud voice to do that.